Hey everybody, this is Dan from Mechanical Malarkey. Today I'm going to show you how to replace the front strut and coil spring assemblies on a 2002 to 2006 Toyota Camry. I'm going to be replacing the strut and coil spring as a unit, commonly called a quick strut, but that is a trademark name. You can buy separate shock absorbers and springs and then deal with assembling those or swapping out just the spring if the spring is what's broken, but it's a lot quicker and safer to just replace the entire assembly. These are the tools you'll need. You'll need a 22mm wrench and socket. I recommend having an air wrench. You can do it with a breaker bar or a very large ratchet. It'll just take a lot of muscle power and a lot of time to take out these bolts. You may actually have to use those to loosen them. I had some trouble with these because they are very rusty. And you'll need 14mm and 17mm sockets. You can use those on a cordless impact or by hand as well. You'll also need a jack and jack stands and tools to remove the wheel. The strut assembly is attached to the knuckle with these two 22mm bolts and nuts. You'll have to disconnect the sway bar link. If you live where things don't get rusty, you'll probably be able to take this off. But since I live where it's all one solid piece of rust now, I'm disconnecting it at the bottom and replacing it with the strut. The wheel speed sensor wire has this little plastic bracket that clips over the knuckle and the strut. So you want to pop that off. And then there's a 12mm holding on the brake hose and another bracket for the wire. When you disconnect the knuckle from the strut, the entire brake assembly and everything is going to want to fall forwards. So some things to watch out for are that you don't pull the axles out, that you don't pull on the wheel speed sensor wire too far, and the brake hose. So to help with the wheel speed sensor wire, I'm also going to take off the bracket up here with this little 10mm. That just gives a lot more free play so we don't just snap that wire. So now with the 22mm socket on my air wrench and 22mm wrench on the nut, take this off. Now with those two bolts out, we can separate the knuckle from the strut. And like I said, be careful, it's going to want to flop forwards. For a little extra safety, I ran a strap from the hub around the subframe to try to make sure it does not pull out the axle, which is the thing I'm most worried about. Now we can remove the strut from the top. Now at the top there are three 14mm nuts holding the strut up. Before I remove this last one, I'm going to get myself ready to grab the strut as it falls down. So now once I remove the last nut, the entire strut is going to try to fall, and I need to maneuver it out from around all these lines and out. Last nut is out. So that one, that fought a bit more and was a little harder to do because of how everything is broken. Normally the spring does not spring around the top mount like that. But these are the hazards of working with broken springs, is everything can go wrong. I will show you on the other side as well, in case that is different. Well, that went better than the other side. So here's the new strut assembly to show you what it's supposed to look like, not all wrapped around everything crazy like this. So now this is going to go in the car. So now to get the new one in, I need to put it on that side of the wires and hose. I got the top through, so I will stick the nuts on real quick. That went in a lot better than it came out. Tighten the nuts. Now start putting this back together down here. There we go. As you can see, it can be a bit of a fight to get it down to where it's supposed to be. I hope the video was helpful. If it was, please like, comment, subscribe to the channel, follow me on social media on Facebook and Instagram, and read the blog at mechanicalmalarkey.com. Thanks for watching.